Okay, this is Artie Astor from B Sharp and C, and I have a really good episode in store for you today. It's a combination of a lot of things, both from the original artist and the original performer, and also from the amazing job of this group that I'm about to introduce you to. And it is a cover, and I don't know what it is. Lately, I've been kind of, I don't know, amazed by covers. And I think the reason why I've been amazed by covers is because, yes, I mean, I like original music. I think songwriting is important. I think putting together a song and arranging a song is important. But I'm beginning to more and more appreciate what these excellent bands doing covers is doing for music. Most of the covers being done are songs that, especially covers that I've covered in this series. Most of the covers that I've featured, they're perpetuating the legacy of rock and roll. They are perpetuating the legacy of rock and roll. That is something that I really like. I like instrumentation. It doesn't even just always have to be rock and roll. I like instrumentation, and I want to do a cover here, and it's by this band, the Hindley Street Country Club. They are amazing, and they've done a lot of work. They have a ton of excellent covers on their YouTube channel, and I'll share that information with you later. But I need to do the song Woman in Love, and I've covered it before, but it was when I only had like 50 subscribers. Now I have a few more. And I really do want to feature this band again because I think this cover is one of the best covers I've ever heard. To me, this is a studio live version. It's done live, but the engineering behind it is absolutely amazing. And I'll point out some of that stuff. They're Australian. Recorded live by Monty Rogerio at House of Bamboo Recording Studio in Adelaide, South Australia. Nice. I want to do this song for all those reasons because it's just amazing, but it is also some fantastic songwriting. And yes, essentially the Gibbs brothers from the Bee Gees wrote this song as part of a package for Barbra Streisand. And this song, so well written, the lyrics are so nice, the chord progression is just so perfect. Everything about it. I think it was Barbra Streisand's last #1 Billboard hit, by the way. It was in 1980, and it stayed on the charts for quite a while. I think it was knocked off by Lady, I'm your knight in shining armor, and I love you, by Kenny Rogers, which is interesting. That song was not written by Kenny Rogers. It was written by Lionel Richie. Anyways, I'm going to shut up. All right, let's just get right into it because I'm just going to keep on talking, and that's not what y'all came here to see. Let's just get right into it. Scuba-doo.
Life is a moment in space when the dream is gone. It's a lonelier place. I kiss the morning goodbye, but down inside, you know we never know why. The road is narrow and long. When eyes meet eyes, the feeling is strong. I turn away from the world, I stumble and fall, and I give you it all. I am a woman in love, and I do anything to get you into my world and hold you within. It's a
Wow. I mean, talk about like chills throughout my whole entire body. Ah, ah. I mean, everything about this performance. It's really, really, really nice. Now, they're sitting there playing it live, but you can hear that they're approaching this as like a live studio version. A lot of engineering taking place. You hear the keyboard player here. You hear everything panned, the bass kind of right up the middle, I think. Vocals really nice. She has like a little bit of like a tap delay in the right ear, you know, very, very, very faint. But there's space in the right ear, right where her voice is going. So it's a perfect spot if they put the delay somewhere else. And there might be some delay, and it could be, I don't know if it's a ping pong effect or if it's in more than one air, but there might be delay also in another portion. I'll have to listen again, but you really hear it in the right, and that's because there's space over there. It could be a ping pong, and then you just don't hear it on the left. I don't know, but I mean, I've used delay on vocals and put them to one spot in the mix where I thought there was space for it, and it just sounds beautiful. It sounds beautiful. And you know who does it all the time? Um, Stick Figure does it in all of his music. He's got delay all over the place. And I'm telling you right now, when they sit there, and he probably does a lot of this himself, but when you sit there and you look at the engineering um and the panning and everything else, you are aware that you have something maybe 20% to the right and something 70% to the right and something 5% to the right. You're aware of that. And maybe you want to put the delay on the vocals 40% to the right where there's some space. And it all depends on how wide it is and everything else. This just sounds really nice. And if we go back and just listen, where are we now? We're at 2 minutes. No, 145. Okay, we did a verse and a chorus, right? So we're at 145. Let's go back to the beginning. Guitar here, keyboard here. The Kronos on the right, this guy is up here, but the organ is over here. The guy shaking, right? The egg shaker, or whatever the heck that thing's called. Um, that is the right ear, right? Yep. Drums are all mic'd up and spread out really nice. And you know, I wouldn't doubt it if the vocals were 5% to the left and the bass was 5% to the right. That's kind of what I hear right now. Vocals, bass, like psh, right next to each other, but not on top of each other.
When the dream has gone, it's a lonelier place.
And then when you do this, when you pan everything correctly, and then you're careful with the equalizing, you take off some of the highs of the bass, so maybe they don't bleed into the highs on the vocals. And that just causes a little bit more separation and distinction between the instruments. We have, I mean, don't get me wrong, these tools, these features have been around for a long time. It's just easier to implement them now. Yeah. Let's go back to where we were. I think we were at about 145. Let's just go back, listen to just how the instruments are so nice and distinct and how her voice is so clear. And really the beauty of her voice. She's singing a very passionate vocal melody. It's just it's a famously passionate vocal melody, and that's one of the reasons why it made it to the top of the charts. I like that right there. Playing the bongos.
You
He's playing the bongos and the shaker playing the bongos with one hand and the shaker in the other. But you can hear how perfectly panned everything is.
mother's heart. You may be oceans away. You feel my love. I hear what you say. The truth
Bass player is fantastic, by the way.
is never a lie. I stumble and fall, and I give you it all. And hold you with me. It's alright, over and over again. What do I do?
I mean, and the first time I reviewed this song, I focused on just how her voice is so beautiful and how she just uses it so beautifully. How she just, if you just listen to what's happening as she holds that note, that long note there, and just imagine, you can almost feel what she's doing physically with her throat in order to get the quality, that tone that she's getting. Even that note right there, it's almost like she lets a little bit more breath out. Okay, so we're going to hear that long note again. And as she sings that long note, just just try to think of what you would be doing physically if you were singing that note. It's a lot of work.
The truth is never a
And I love the
lie.
build up to
I
it.
stumble and fall, and I give you it
Got a little grit right there. And then
and hold you with me. It's alright, over and over again. What do I do?
I love it. I love it right there. I love how she, to me, in my opinion, because I do sing. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call myself a vocalist, but every song that I write, every song that I compose, I start off singing. And one of the reasons why I hire vocalists is because of the tremendously hard job it is to emote with just your voice and then to do subtle nuances and little things with your throat to get your tone, the quality of your voice to change, to do all that in order to cause someone else to have feelings, in order to cause somebody else to hear it and go, ah, it's really, 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 really hard. And this next part here, she makes look easy. It's not.
You into my world and hold you within. It's alright, over and over again. It's alright.
All right, so after doing all of that real long, breathy stuff where you really do have to make sure you're breathing correctly, then at the end of this phrase, she opens up her mouth and lets out more air, and you can tell that she's manipulating the back of her throat in order to get this really, really like pining sound, this crooning sound. Listen. So right there, that little thing she did right there, it makes it look so easy. Ah, I bet you she's just that was probably her favorite part of the song. The Hindley Street Country Club? What's it called? The Hindley Street Country Club. Great, 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 great stuff. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Um, Opina Del Rey is just amazing. I wanted to do an episode about a good cover of that song. I checked out cover after cover after cover after cover after cover. Heck, I even went to Barbra Streisand's original version, and I'm like, you know what? This is just such an amazing version. Everything about it. I mean, the production, but even the dudes harmonizing with Pina as she does her thing. Um, it's just fantastic. Just just that alone. But you had the two keyboard players. You had a lot going on, and of course, someone, maybe not any of these people here, someone engineered this. Someone mixed and mastered and got this ready for distribution. And hats off to them. They did an excellent job as well. Really, to everyone, drums were tight. The guy in the back, I don't know if we noticed this, but the guy in the back, he had the acoustic guitar on a stand, and then he will also have the electric guitar, with the wrapped around him, and then of course the two keyboard players worked in tandem. Sometimes having the two keyboard players is overlooked, but there's a lot you can do with two keyboard players that you can't do with one. I mean, even if you have a keyboard player who has a whole setup, he still just has 10 fingers. You can do a lot more with 20 fingers than you can with 10, and they really showed it here. They sounded great. Anyways, I had to feature this song. It was something that I have loved. I like this song so much. This is the version I go to listen to Woman in Love. This is the version I go to. It's just like Dogs by Pink Floyd. The version I go to listen to is Brit Floyd doing it when Bobby Harrison was the guitarist. He was the left-handed guitarist. He did the solo for Dogs better than anyone I've ever heard, and it was his excellent playing, but just the fantastic engineering of the performance as well that I just thought was second to none. But anyways, I'm going to end this episode here. I'll put the information to the Hindley Street Country Club in the description. Let me know what you think of the video. This is Artie Astor from B Sharp and C. Keep it groovy.